Yes, yes, yes. Live in conversations and collaborations for our best possible future. Welcome, Kumu, our wisdom teachers of the Wisdom Playground. Ooh, yeah. We are all very excited to have many presentations happening today. Kicking us off, Bianca. I am super excited to hear your presentation. This is particularly good if you're a pet owner, but I'm sure all of us will learn something. The presentation today is called Your Pet is Your Mirror, Your Behavior and the Impact on Your Animal Friend. So take it away, Bianca.
Thank you. Super excited to be here. Hello, everyone. Yes, if you are a pet parent or just generically an animal lover, then this is quite an interesting presentation for you. I've got a couple of little slides here as well. And I just want to open the conversation around what your impact is on your pets and other animals around you, which is really an important topic because we don't often understand fully or even are aware of the fact that what we say and how we behave, what that has as an impact in terms of, their experience living with us. So let's get started. Okay, so your pet is your mirror, which is 100% the case. We may not be aware of this. However, the fact that our behavior, what we say, what we think, and even what we feel is received by our animals that we have around us. Our relationship is really important. And I know as a pet parent myself, and a lot of pet parents here in the community, that we consider our pets to be part of our family. We have such a strong bond with them. We love them to no end. And there is nothing more than we want is for them to be happy. But what can we do to make them even more happier than what they potentially already are with us? So good morning, my name is Bianca de Reus. I live in Sydney, Australia, and I am an animal communication mentor and a soul coach. And I'm wonderfully guided and supported by my beautiful Raphael, aka Rafi, who's 10 months old, and he's a joy to live with. He's an absolute party animal and he makes us laugh. So he's really wonderful to be here with us as well. So what you may not be aware of is that animals are sentient beings. They have feelings, they have thoughts, they have a lovely personality, they have different quirkiness type behaviors that we as humans have as well. And they communicate. They absolutely do communicate the same way that we do, through their behavior, through what they are saying, and they also listen really carefully. So there is a lot that we can learn by just being in the same space as our animals as well. But before we dive into that, I would love to share with you that everything that I do in terms of the programs and the services that I provide is underpinned by 4 pillars of soul connection. And they are spiritual, one, unite, and love. Now, the first one, spiritual, is for us to fully understand that us humans and the animals are communicating at a spiritual, telepathic level, and they are also empathetic beings, which means that they can sense and feel everything around them. The pillar of one is all about ourselves and the individual animal that we are connecting with. We want to make sure that we understand each other really well, but what are the things that we can do to make sure that we are happy and healthy, and as a result, our animals are happy and healthy? The key pillar that we talk about today is linked to unite, which brings us both at the same level, the same page, the animals and ourselves as humans, so that we have a deeper understanding to be able to support each other. And ultimately, we strive for unconditional love. We live from a place of our heart space, we experience joy, freedom, harmony, and we have a lot of fun together as well. So today we bring in the pillar of uniting, which means we really come together with our animal, because ultimately we want to have a real deep connection with our animals. We want to make sure that we move from a space of not understanding each other, not knowing how we feel, not knowing what goes on for us, and actually, being quite confused around all of that as well. We don't have clarity of what goes on for our animals. And sometimes we gain a little bit of clarity because we may observe them already. And I always compare it to having, your children with you, that mums and dads have an innate idea already from within what goes on for their children, the same way we have that with our pets as well. So we may already have a bit of clarity around what's going on, but something could happen that actually removes that clarity. And we get back into a bit of confusion, not knowing what goes on, no understanding. And so we can see that our pet may not be happy. They present different behaviors that we may not desire. However, we are not aware that something that we do has an impact on that. So that connection is slightly missing. Once we start to observe more and we start to implement certain activities, we actually bring ourselves together. We deepen our connection, and therefore we have a much happier life together. And that's where we're striving. That's really where we're aiming to be. So are you paying attention? Are you really focused on your animal to see what goes on for them? Because really, you might be the cause of their behavior. I'll tell you an example. A few years ago, I connected with a cat who was always really friendly. However, someone in the family was actually drinking a lot of alcohol. And the pet was aware of that and was seeing the impact of that on the rest of the family. So from being a friendly cat, she actually became a little bit more aggressive, in particular towards that one person in the household. And as that started to happen, they became aware of her behavior. I was like, why is she all of a sudden aggressive and, hissing and meowing and just not really interacting with us anymore at the level that she used to be? So they found their way to me, and I connected with the cat, and she actually told me, well, this one person in the household is drinking alcohol after work to relax. I understand what that is, but it has a negative impact on the family. So she changed her behavior. So they started to pay attention to her because something was out of alignment. And that's when they actually found help to see what is going on with her. But in the end, that behavior was a result of that person needing to change something in their life to have a different experience. And yes, we have that impact on our animals. Now, sometimes our animals are indeed, they may have some pain, or they may not like the food or anything like that. There are different reasons why they change their behavior and what they want us to know. But it always comes back to ourselves. We first need to look at what is going on. So we start to observe, how is our animal behaving? Are they hiding? Do they look like they really, have the weight on their shoulders of the rest of the world? Is your bird plucking feathers and acting really stressful? Is your dog chasing tails all the time and running around in circles? Are they sitting in front of you and staring at you at one end and you have no idea what they're saying? So these are some great examples for you to actually trigger and go, hang on a minute, something is not right. Let's dive deeper into that. So when we start to look at what is going on, we can really see some patterns emerge. And some of the things that we need to do is, apart from just seeing, we also need to include our other sensors. We can hear, we can feel, we can sense, we can see. So all these 4 senses we want to activate. So apart from just seeing what's going on, we also want to actually become quiet and observe in a different way. What are we hearing? Is my animal actually, barking or singing or whatever it is, right? Depending on the animal that you have. What are they doing verbally? What are you feeling when you're around them? Do you feel happiness? Or when you look at your cat, do you feel sadness? Or when you look at your bird, do you feel stressed out, but you're not quite sure where that's coming from? So we want to get really quiet and actually start tuning in at those levels as well. And make some notes. When is my bird plucking feathers all of a sudden? At what point does that happen? Are there any triggers around that? And once you start to see that pattern arise, and then you know what you can also do about it. So once we have an idea of what's going on, we can then adjust our environment. We can adjust our own behavior. Because not only does our behavior have an impact on our animals, The environment that we live in could also impact our animals. Is our house noisy? Is it too quiet? Do we have people coming in and out all the time? When you walk your dog, are you going to a park where they may actually not enjoy themselves? Do you have the TV on all the time? When you leave the house, what do you do? Do you just leave without acknowledging you're going away? One of the most complaints I get from animals is that people leave their home, but they're not sharing what they're doing, where they're going. And most importantly, are you coming back? Because that's a question on your animal's mind. Are you actually coming home to me? So those are the things that you would love to do as well, is to communicate verbally or through your mind, because we are also telepathically communicating. And when we implement these little changes, we observe, we then know what's going on, and we implement those little changes, we can have massive big results in the right direction. But we want to review that all the time as well. For example, if your animal is eating from a bowl and they leave little bits out of the bowl, then that's obviously an indication that they may not like it. So you don't want to put that back into the food again. So you may want to adjust that. What do you enjoy? And give little bits one by one to see what they're actually drawn to eat. And that way you can actually make it more enjoyable for them to have their food as well. So that could be one adjustment. And then you review that. How is that going? What is the impact on them? What's the effect on them, on their mood, on their behavior, on how they interact with you? So those are real 3 key things that you want to bear in mind as well. And once we've reviewed it and it goes well, we can keep going with that. Also, make sure that you utilize your community around you. There are so many people around you that have similarities in experiences with their animals, but there's so many experts out there. You know, you have cat behaviorists, bird behaviorists, dog behaviorists. You've got your vet around you. Other people in your community that also have pets, they also have great experience in that too. So make sure also that you utilize your community to make adjustments so that you and your pet have a much deeper connection and better experience together. And the ultimate result is have more harmony. Because once we are deeply connected, we know what's going on, we make the adjustments, automatically we become more in alignment with each other. And you can see the changes happening. Your pet becomes more interactive with you. They are sitting beside you more often, but from a happy place, not from a place of I need attention or I'm sad. But you can feel the differences as well, because automatically you align into that. You are much more happy as well at the same time. And the harmony around the house will increase significantly. So a couple of things to remember is that we observe, we listen, and we acknowledge what is going on. We then look at ourselves first. What is going on for me? What's in my environment that also impacts my pet? And then we have the understanding and we can start implementing the changes and create the harmony that we're looking for. Some other things that are really useful to do as well that you can implement straight off the bat today is to talk to your pet in a soothing manner so that they are really understanding that you are there for them as well as they are there for you. When we do that in a soothing manner, they automatically feel that they are loved, that we want the best for them, and we are there in terms of the collaboration and the teamwork. Let your animal know exactly what you're doing. For example, if you leave the house, let them know that you come back during the daytime, or when you come back later at night, that you come back during the nighttime. Animals have no concept of time, but they do understand light and dark, day and night. So it really helps them to be assured that you are coming back. And then they also have a slightly more understanding of the length of time you're going to be away for. And if you come back with someone else, maybe you have met a friend somewhere for coffee and you come back home, let them know as well that that friend is coming over. And as you do that, observe their behavior. See how they respond to that. Because if it's someone that they would love to come over, you can see that in them. If it's someone that They may not prefer to come over to the house. You can see that as well in their behavior. Ask permission to see a vet. This is a big one too that I've noticed over the years. Not all animals need to go to a vet. There could be some minor things happening within their system and their body that you can easily resolve through nutrition, through different things that you can implement, such as structure in the house. Not all animals resonate with a vet, and in fact, a lot of animals are afraid of the vet as well. They don't like going into that environment. So ask them permission to see a vet as well if needed. Ultimately, when we implement all these little tools that you can do straight off the bat today, you will absolutely experience a lot more love between the two of you. You can feel that your connection is enhancing. You have more harmony. You'll enjoy the time together at a much deeper level. And most importantly, play, have fun together as well. It's not all about, I need to train my pet to do X, Y, Z. Play with them as well. See how they play. Interact with them in terms of how they want to play. That really helps to also enhance your connection with your animal too. Play their games and have fun and really enjoy that loving connection that you will have together as well. Are there any questions? Anything you would love to know?
I'd love to ask a question if we have time quickly.
Of course.
And that is, how can we listen more? How can we actually hear them? So I love the idea of opening up and communicating more from me to them, but how can I listen more from them to me?
Yeah, great question. So when we really start to tune into our animals, it's almost like you're tuning into a radio station. So what we do is we become quiet and we tune into our heart space. And to do that, the easiest way is to hold your hands on your heart and really feel into your heart space. And then you visualize green light from the heart chakra color, the green light, sending it directly to your pet, and say, I come with unconditional love and I would love to have a chat to you. And almost immediately you will get a sense of approval, or you may hear a yes, or you may see an image or the color coming back at you as well, because they will send that love back to you in the same color as you can see it. And once you have that, you can actually ask the questions. And what happens in that moment, that you will reach the same level of the open communication channel, of that frequency. And the answers will come back to you pretty quickly. But what we often do as humans is that we do not listen to that answer because it happens so quickly. Automatically we go, oh, but that can't be right. That was too soon, But listen to those immediate answers. And the answers may not only come in terms of a voice. You may receive an answer as a picture or a feeling or sensation in your body. Or maybe you hear music or a song that reminds you of a certain feeling. So animals know intuitively how to send you their messages based on how they already have observed the way that you learn and the way that you speak. So, for example, if you learn best by listening to, radio, podcasts, audio books, then they will definitely send you the words. But if you are better at absorbing information by seeing a picture, like a video or a PowerPoint or an image, then they will send you the pictures as well. So those are the different levels that we can actually communicate and hear what they are saying as well through these different senses. Great question. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. And for the record, I got an immediate yes back from my dog. Very
fantastic.
excited.
Love it. Talk about implementation straight away.
Thank you so much, Bianca. To those on watching our Facebook Live, if you have questions, please put them in the comments. Bianca will definitely be open to answering them. Was there something final you wanted to say, Bianca, before we close off?
Well, if you would like to explore this more for you and your pets, feel free to connect with me. There is a link here to book in a call. And here is another link as well, lnk.bio/Bianca Reus, to see all my social media links as well.
Yay.
And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for watching us on Facebook. Please like, comment, share, all that jazz, and we will be back soon. Mwah.
Mwah.